Hello, hi, welcome back to Success Automation. In today's video, I'm going to talk on the collection API, which is very important for the automation engineer. So, what is collection API? Why we will use, where we'll use, what are the interfaces and classes I'm going to discuss today. So, I'll just go to the Java point. In this website, they have very clearly they have um, defined. So if you see the hierarchy nothing but what is a parent class, what is a child class, from where the child class inherited from the parent class. So that is nothing but a hierarchy. So if we see the hierarchy here, iterable, all the all the all the all the buttons or labels, whatever it's there here, blue color are interface and green are the classes. So see at the top, iterable is a iterable is interface. This iterable is inherited by the collection. Collection inherited the iterable interface. This collection interface is inherited by list, and this collection also inherited by the queue, and this collection as well as inherited by the set interface. These are all interfaces. Under each interface, again the classes. These are the classes. Green are the classes. So ArrayList implement the list interface, linked list, inherit list interface, vector, stack, all these are implemented. These all classes are inherited, implemented by this list interface. And queue, if we see the queue here, priority queue, and this queue is DQ is inherited, and array DQ is there, and this priority queue is inherited by this queue interface. So next one, third one is a set, and set is another interface, and hash set is another class linked list which is implemented. These two classes are implement the set interface, and again tree set is also uh, sorted set is sorted set interface inherit the implement the set interface, and tree set, and tree set is implement the sorted set. In this hierarchy, these two things are very important: list and set. Mostly for the automation engineer, this list and set interface are very important. So we have to know these two interfaces, how it is implemented the classes. If you see here now, so list interface, if you see the list interface, today I'm going to talk about the list interface. Okay, I'll just copy this. What is the list interface and what exactly it is? If we see the definition here, list interface is a child interface of collection, as I have mentioned, as I talked already. It inherits the list of data type structure in which we can store order collection of object. So list, in a list, whenever you add the items, it will display, it will store the value in a ordered way. Order means one by one. And another property of list is it can have duplicate values. These two things are important in the list. One is ordered object, and second is it will it will store duplicate values. That is nothing. This is all about the list interface. And the list interface is implemented by the array list, linked list, vector, and stack. So to instantiate the list interface, we must use means how to instantiate. As you know, we cannot create the instance of a list. So how we can instantiate the list interface? You can put the array list reference, then you can create the instance of the list. So this is all about the list. Now I'll just go to the set. So I'll just copy this one. Set is another interface. Set is also another interface. Set interface Java represent it is in the util package. So set is there. It is in the util package. It extends the collection interface. As I told, the set is implemented the collection interface. First point. It represents an unordered set of elements which does not allow to store duplicate values. The first property is it will store the data in unorder. Whenever you enter the data, the order when you retrieve the data, it may not come in an order way. This is the first property. Second property is, which is very important, set does not allow the duplicate values. So whenever you enter duplicate values in the set, it will remove the duplicate values, and when you retrieve the set elements, it will display the unique elements. And if you see the third property here, we can store at most one null value in set. You can store one null value. As you know, set is implemented by hash set and link set and tree set. These are the classes which are implemented the set interface. So this is all about this list and set. We can see a couple of things. Java list and set difference. If you go here again, Java point. So if you see the differences here, a list implement allow to add some same or duplicate elements. List allow the duplicate value, whereas set does not allow the duplicate values. First point. The insertion order is maintained in the list. The way you enter, it will maintain that order. It does not maintain the insertion order. Insertion order means when you add 1, 2, the set may display 2 and 1 or 1 or 2. Whereas list, if you enter 1 and 2, it will display 1 and 2 only. It won't display 2 and 1. And third point, list allow us to add any number of values. So in list, you can add any number of values, null values. Whereas set allow only one duplicate value. The list implemented the class. The list interface is implemented by the linked list analyst. Whereas set is implemented tree set, hash set, and link set. We can get the element of the specific index from the list. So in a list, you can give the index. By using the index, you can retrieve the element. Whereas in the set, we cannot find the element from the set on index base. You cannot retrieve on the base of index. For example, you store the values. You want to fetch by index 1. You cannot do. And the sixth one is when we want to when you want frequently access the element by using index. By using in a list, you can frequently access the element by using index. Design collection of element means set depend on your class which implements a set. The seventh one is the method of list interface iterate list iter is used to iterate the elements. When you want to iterate, when you want to retrieve one by one element from the list, you have to use list iterator method. Here in the set, you iterate the set of elements. The iterator, there is a iterator method is used to retrieve the element. So these are the 7 differences between the set and list. So in the interview, if you tell 4 or 5 points, that is enough. So quickly, I'll just want to create one list and I want to demo that. I'll go to I'm going to Eclipse now. So Eclipse is opening. Just wait a couple of minutes. I'll just right click and I'll create one class. It is loading some of the packages. If you see at the bottom here, that's the reason it's taking some time. Bear with me. I'll go to the code here. Let it open that. I'll explain this code. Yeah, it has opened this. So list demo. I'm just creating one class here. So it has created a class. Just take this example. So here you can create the like this list. It's just building that. We'll wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, if you just write put here, you can import this package and you can put the cursor here, import this. So like this you can create the list object. As you know, list is an interface. You cannot create the interface object. Because of that, I am putting the array list reference. Array list object reference I am putting to the list interface. So like this you can create the list object. So list is a predefined class. So when you want to use, you need to create the instance of this. So now I created here, I given the string here. If you give string here, the argument, then you can store the string data. You cannot store integer data. So for example, I'm just using this list dot add. Add is a method which is used to add the data. So here whenever you use the list object, when you want to add the data into the list, then you have to use the add method. Now I want to add here Raj. Okay, some name I want to. As a given string here, only string data you can use. For example, if I give integer, it won't take because see it's giving the error here. Why? Because the argument here you given the data type is a string. So you can store only string data. 1, 2, 3 also you can store, but you have to give in the quotes. So we'll give the some appropriate data. So Raj, okay, you can add something like Kiran, some name, some string data you can add. You can add Kohli. You can add any test string data. So like this, you can add the data into the list. Now this list have three data, 1, 2, 3. So when you want to know what is the total number of elements, total number of elements stored in the list plus list dot size. If you give this, it will give the size of the element. How many elements are there? 1, 2, 3. Three elements. It will display the 3. Right click here and see here. It given the 3. There are three elements are there. That's the reason it's giving 3. So whenever you want to know the number of elements stored in the list, by using the size you can get the element, total number of elements. Right click here. See, you get the this. Now whenever you want to retrieve the data, so you can retrieve like this. For example, I want to read the first element. First element. Use the list and dot index. Just give the index 0. Index index 1 or what it is expecting. Object so Java list index which I get, you have to use get method, not index, get you have to give 0. So if you need to use the method get and 0. The indexing will start from the 0. So like this, right click here and so we got the Raj element. So this is the first element is nothing but index 0. Index 0. Now I want to retrieve the third element. Third element. When you want to access the third element, you need to give 2 here. So we got the third element. Assume that you are trying to access 3 here, which is not there. It will give the exception. Array index out of bound. You're trying to access the element third, which is not there. Then it will throw the exception. So I'll give 1 here. I'll give 2 here. This is the second element. This is third element. Like this, we can fetch the data. Whenever you want to fetch the data based on the index, then you can use like this. Or you want to retrieve all the elements one by one. Then we have to use like this. So iterator is a interface. Import this, and we have to use list here. Okay. So by using iterator, you can retrieve all the elements of the list. So first iterator, what type of data you have? String. So you need to give string here. You need to create the object. This is the iterator object. And by using iterator method, you can retrieve all the elements. As you know, you cannot create the instance of the interface. Because of that, I'm putting the list reference. So like this, you can retrieve. So now we by using iterator, we created the instance. By using this instance, we can retrieve all the elements. So now iterator has next means it will retrieve the elements one by one. It will check the elements. Has next means until elements are there, this while loop will be true. Then it will print the value. So in iterator, now all these elements are stored. So this iterator object have all these elements. It will retrieve one by one. Now I'll comment this one, // So now right click and run the program. See, if you see here, it printing the all the elements. So this while loop, how it will work means it will take the object iterator object has next. This has next will check whether any data is there. If data is there, then this condition will be true. When this condition is true, it will come here and iterator next. It will check the element is there or not. Next element. So the first time it will take the 0th element, will print. Again it will check has next. Yes, it has another element, and it will print the second element. Like that until all the data is retrieved. This condition will true and it will execute and print the data like this. And you want to add some string, some label. So data dash plus, right click and like this you can retrieve the data. So this is all about the list. Just I created a list, added the data. So whenever you want to add the data into a list, you need to use the add method. Okay. When you want to retrieve all the data, you have to use while loop. If you want to use specific data, you have to use the get and you need to give the index. So this is all about today's video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about more on the list, array list and list. And like that, I'm going to add more videos on the collection interface. Our collection API in Java is very important for the automation engineers, and it's very crucial. You need to understand. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.